Hey, my adventurers, welcome back to my channel. Sadly, this is the last vlog for the Caribbean cruise playlist that I've been doing. If you're new here, one, welcome. Two, hit that subscription button, right? And for those who don't know, I've been doing a mini playlist on the Caribbean cruise that I went on. It's always been a dream of mine to go to these different Caribbean islands, and I did just that on a Caribbean cruise. So some of the other islands that I visited already: Puerto Rico, Saint Maarten, Antigua, Barbados, Saint Lucia. So all of those, I did a vlog on those already. So when you're finished watching this one, then you go and check those out. But enough talking. Let's get into this vlog because this stop was by far my most favorite stop on the cruise. Alright guys, so this is day 6 of the cruise. Stop is in Dominica. This is the nature island of the Caribbean. Looks very similar to Jamaica, so I'm already feeling at home. Look at those hills. It looks just like Jamaica, you have to admit. Yeah. The nature island of the Caribbean, they have over 365 rivers and waterfalls. Jamaica has 120, so they beat me right there. I'm gonna try and go to 2 of them. Should have left out already, but I'm tired from all of the other stops. Wanted to do more. I know I won't be able to because of the time constraint, but yeah, I'm just heading out, and it's it's 11:15, so I'm a little bit behind on time. Alright guys, first thing, the cruise port no long like a everlasting like a Barbados. This is nice. It's very Caribbean. So I want to remind you guys, this is Dominica and not Dominican Republic. Two completely different islands. As a matter of fact, Dominican Republic is a Caribbean country because the island is called Hispaniola. But anywho, yeah, so I'm outside of Dominica and they had a little tram. So that's a little tour that they offered. And they have all of these little tents on the outside where you could buy souvenirs, to support the locals. So that was really nice. As I mentioned before, we never booked anything ahead of time. My friend and I, we came out, we look around, and then I spoke with this one guy on the outside and I decided to go with him. My friend, she wasn't feeling well. So it's a solo day for your girl, but that ain't nothing new for me because y'all know I've traveled solo before. P.S. guys, if you haven't checked out my Peru vlog, check that out. And this is a billboard for a cricketer, Kavim Hodge. Again, what I have noticed while I've traveled through these smaller islands is their immense love for their cricketers. I promise you, if you should ask a Jamaican to name at least 1 or 2 cricketer, whether present or past, unfortunately, I don't think a lot of them would be able to name one, So I feel like in Jamaica, we need to bring that back because I saw it right throughout the other islands, Antigua, Barbados, and here again in Dominica, and I really love it. Anywho, I have been excited about this island. It is the nature island. It has many, many, many waterfalls. If you know me, you know my love for waterfalls is so deep. My love for rivers, it's one like no other. And I was just so excited. So one of the first stop is Tortuga Gorge. I've seen the videos, and I was just ready to explore. Again, to be very honest, I think I paid the men $30. All of this that I'm going to show you, the transportation to each one of these spots, the entrance fee, it was either 30 or 40 USD, right? Believe it or not, all that I'm going to show you today was just 30 or 40 USD. These were some ladies who were on the cruise with us. I met them there. I'm quite social. And, we're going to do the tour together. Off note, I'm swimming up, but they have the tubes. So if it is you want to do the tubes, you can do the tubes. But yeah, this was like, I'm still so amazed that I actually got the opportunity to go to this island. Honestly, I truly enjoyed myself. And I'm already planning to go back. But anyways, let's get into the vlog. Let's get into the vlog. You guys can see all its beauty.
This is nice.
How are you feeling?
It's cold. It's freezing.
Freezing? Refreshing, that's the word. You ready? So you're gonna be at the front. I'm gonna be with you at the front.
The water is nice.
Let's go.
It's more real.
As I mentioned before at the beginning of this vlog, this lovely island has 365 rivers. They beat Jamaica by far. Jamaica has 120, and I would like to believe that I've gone to majority of the rivers here in Jamaica. You know, at least 70 I can say I've been to. And you know, I always told myself, you know, I'm gonna explore my island, Jamaica, and then branch out, and I'm actually doing that. It feels so good when you are actually able to travel to somewhere you've always dreamt of traveling to. Like, I feel like I've conquered all of the rivers and the waterfalls in Jamaica, so now I have to branch out to the Caribbean. And while I was doing this, you know, it kind of looks scary. I know it looked a little bit scary to you guys, and it's like dun dun dun, but we eventually made it to the falls, and the swim is not as short as it looks on this video. I'm telling you, it's not as short. If you're not a strong swimmer, it's best to just do the tubing as well. And you know, it reminded me of Kwashi River Sing. That's a river that I've been to here in Jamaica. One where we have to scale down the ladder on the side of the cliff. I'm gonna leave I'm gonna leave that video in the description below. You guys can check it out as well. But yeah, it reminded me of that, except you know, this one had a long swim, but you already know, for me, it was definitely worth it. It is absolutely gorgeous. It's a powerful waterfall. Again, this was in October, so I know that is usually the rainy period in the Caribbean, so maybe they've had some heavy rainfall or so. But whether heavy rainfall, no rainfall, sunshine, snow, I was gonna be out here on this day at this waterfall. Truly enjoy it, and I'm gonna be leaving the Instagram for this. The guy that did the tour was really nice, really kind. So if you guys are interested in doing this tour, then be sure to hit him up. Right now, we're gonna move on to the other spot. And speaking of Instagram, be sure to follow me over on Instagram, guys. You know, follow me on TikTok, subscribe, check out some of my other videos as well if you haven't already. Right. While we were driving, I looked through the window and I saw that they had some cocoa. Of course, it's the Caribbean. When you look through the side of your window on the side of the road, there's going to be some fruits. And, you know, the cocoa, I saw it and we got one. I was very happy. They were fixing the road as well. And, you know, very Caribbean. You know, this is just very Caribbean, where people are fixing the road by themselves. You know, I had a client, for those who don't know, I do tours. I had a client and he was from England and they were fixing the road in Jamaica. And he said to me, it's the first time he's ever seen somebody manually fix the road. And I personally have never seen a machine fix a road. Anyway, this is the next stop. This is the other waterfall. I'm chasing as many waterfalls as I can while I am here. I'm not sure if you saw with the boat arrows, but there are two in one place. And this is Trafalgar Falls. So this is the next stop on my tour today. So I actually paid to enter here, and I think it was $10. And while we were here, they had a lot of different diagrams about different history of Dominica. And this right here is a common agouti, which is like a guinea pig crossed with a rat is what it looks like. Apparently it's a delicacy. Just like how in Peru, the guinea pig was a delicacy. Guys, check out my Peru vlog as well. And, you know, I also learned about how they generate the hydroelectric power. So basically, from the waterfalls, the turbine converts the kinetic energy into mechanical energy. And then that mechanical energy is converted into electrical energy. And it's stored on the hydroelectric grid, which supplies the island. That is just so cool. But anyways, I know you guys are here for the science, so let's go. I'm making my way down to Trafalgar Falls. That's a 10-minute walk. My driver stopped and got some star fruit. We call this star fruit in Jamaica. Apparently it's called carambola here, as well as carambola in Puerto Rico. So I think that's a Spanish name. We call it star fruit because when you cut it, in the middle, you look on it, it's shaped like star and it's a fruit. Jamaicans are very simple people, star fruit. But yeah, going down to Trafalgar Falls. This is the last stop, unfortunately. Dominica is just like Jamaica. The places might be close to each other, but one will be driving, one will be hills and valley,
You know, with a construction man in the road, I do this and do that. Yeah, same so. So, next stop, we'll go down the falls. I'm going to eat the carambola. I'm going to enjoy my little star fruit, you know.
Also, guys, the walk to the where the fall is, as I mentioned before, 10 minutes, a lot of stairs. I guess not that many. It's not bad of a walk. It's not too hard for you to walk up there, but this is it's absolutely beautiful. I know for most people, they just want to stand and look at it, but I'm not that type of person. I see a waterfall, I want the water to be on my body, you know but looking at this waterfall, it reminded me of none such in Jamaica, or even falling edge waterfalls that we have here in Jamaica, but this one is grand, like it's way bigger. Yeah, but absolutely beautiful, absolutely beautiful.
Alright, guys, I said we can climb to the top. Alright? I came here as a dead end. The falls is right there. I'm going to show you guys where I'm coming from. That's where I'm coming from. That's where everybody stays and take pictures. But they don't know me. They don't know that these things get my heart going and gets me so excited. I'm going to try and go straight up there.
Let me tell you something. You see, when I started climbing these falls to go to the top, they were all so shocked. They were just like, where is she going? What is she doing? I'm just like, so people really just come here to just stand on the bottom and look? Like, I'm so confused. And I was actually the only one that was in a swimsuit for the most part, to see that we were going to a waterfalls, like most of the people around me. Yeah, guys, that's how excited I was. I was just so happy to be up there. But yeah, most of the people that were there, they were not wearing any swimsuits, But I couldn't go any further than this. But, for perspective wise, that you guys can see, look at that. The arrow is where I'm coming from. That's where everybody stayed. So, yeah, now it's time for me to just chill, relax in the water, enjoy the little pools that they have, and just, do what I do when I'm at the river. Just have a little me time. Thank the Lord for making me be here right now and just bask in the beauty.
Sweet baby Jesus. Yeah. Nice. Guys, that was simply amazing. I went as far as I could climb. I wanted to go to the top. But, I'm on a strict schedule. Plus, I'm doing this tour with other people. My friend never came with me today, so it's just me, and I went with a group, and I could see my bus driver was worried, but he doesn't know me. He doesn't know that this is what I do in Jamaica all the time. I was rather worried, but I'm definitely coming back to Dominica without a doubt. I'm coming back here. I might have to come here and spend a week for sure, without a doubt. All of these waterfalls that they have, I got to conquer them. Got to come back.
All right, we're on to the next spot, which is the Scape Hot Sulfur Spa. I don't even sure if I'm pronouncing it right, but this was also a stop, and I was so pleasantly surprised to see that this was a stop. But let me tell you guys something. You see the sulfur? Mighty God.
People, the sulfur smell. You know?
No, 2 days prior to this, I was in St. Lucia, and that was the first time I've ever seen a volcano. That's the first time I had the sulfur smell. I'm not used to it because we don't have volcanoes in Jamaica. But like being here, seeing a volcano, hearing it, like this isn't even a volcano. It's just a spring, like a vent from the volcano. And listen to that.
No, only don't have none of those things.
No, we don't have no volcanoes.
Oh, we don't have volcanoes. We're sitting on 9. Yeah, all the time. Sometimes it's spring up a little higher. You put an egg there for about 6 minutes and you eat. Yeah, but it get black. When you get the egg and take the egg, it's still not black, but it's cooked. So that is just a little part of the. If you go by the boiling lake, what is the city? See how fast it cooking the leaf. See the leaf is just dropping.
So the temperature here would be
100 degrees Celsius or the equivalent of 230 degrees Fahrenheit at boiling temperature. And this fumarole is here as a result of a volcanic island with 9 volcanoes. Where you are standing presently, you're on the outskirts of one of them, namely Rotten Waven Caldera. That's where you are. That's not the volcano is way up in the mountain. Okay, so these are the fumaroles or the vent that release the pressure. They're like pressure releasing valves. In terms of minerals surrounding here, you have iron, which is the bronze, you have sulfur, you have zinc, and you also have nickel. And the smell is good for sinus allergies if you release your sinus. That's why we sell sulfur cream. Like I sell this is like it's a mud, basically a mass, which they use for acne, eczema, sunburn, psoriasis, other skin problems. And I also sell massage oil and other stuff. We have no poisonous snakes, we have no monkeys. So that means you can go in the monkey. We have a river fire every day, and we are most friendly. That's how I can describe Dominica.
Could we see we can't see the volcano from here.
Yes, people, so that was just a glimpse. Again, that wasn't even the volcano. That's just one of the volcanoes further up. You know, as the guy mentioned, the island sits on 9 dormant volcanoes. That's quite something, right? If you ask me, dormant means they can erupt at any time. But anyways, I was basking in the hot water, and they always have the different local persons selling stuff. So again, always support them, which is what I always do, right?
Very local. This is peanut butter? Yes, that's peanut riddle. We have the 2 different colors.
This is peanut as well?
Both of them are peanut.
Okay, and then you said this is coconut.
Coconut fudge and ginger.
Oh, and ginger.
And that's plantain chips. Local, homemade. So those 2. This is massage oil. You have vanilla, you have pepper sauce.
Yeah, the massage oil that she had really piqued my interest now, because me love a rub down, you know. Yeah. So it's always good to have one of these stuff on hand just in your house. You get me? Anyways, moving right along. So for the rest of the tour, I believe they were going to take us to a botanical garden, and there were also some sightseeing. You know, they stopped, they showed us historical landmarks as well as, you know, just different views, right? This view right here, oh my God, absolutely beautiful. Again, it just reminded me of Jamaica, but you know, it doesn't matter. I just can't get enough of views like this. I really love it. This right here is their university. You know, like this is their campus for University of the West Indies, and I believe right now we're entering the Botanical Garden. To be very honest, there wasn't really much to see, and you know, when I was doing my research, I realized this was a popular thing for them to show persons. It could have passed, you know, in my opinion. I don't know. I guess maybe I don't know. There was much of what they were showing us wasn't really anything all that. This apparently is a bus that was given to the government for the school to take children to school, and the bus did get trapped before them even use it or something. And then there was a banyan tree. You know, they showed us the cemetery. But one thing that I like that they showed us was this.
Again, the cricket stadium. Large and in charge. To them build the stadium in Trafalgar.
Again, I absolutely love the respect that they have for cricket. There are so many cricket terminologies that I always say, like, lick them for 6, or you get what the duck get, or you get ducks. And I feel like a lot of younger or even Gen Z persons might not even know what those terminology mean, because they're from cricket and people don't really watch cricket anymore, sadly. At least in Jamaica, not as much. I believe that building was some parliament building. I can't recall. This was a hotel right here. He said it was quite expensive. And then this statue right here was a statue to commemorate the abolishment of slavery. This statue, the guy is blowing a conch shell. So I guess he was letting everybody know that slavery is done. So right here is bringing us back to the ship. And you know, all in all, Dominica, absolutely love. I'm definitely coming back. When I come back, I would probably want to spend a week or so. You know, it's a beautiful island. As I mentioned before, it reminded me of Jamaica. One of the things, when he came and he dropped me down here, I saw it earlier before we went on a tour, and I asked him if he could take me back there, was this patty shop. It's called Patty Shack, and it said real Jamaican patties. That is what it said. It said Patty Shack, real Jamaican patties, and I had to come and test it out. You know, and that I did. You know, it reminded me of like Tasties or even Juice Beef back in Jamaica. And let me tell you something. You see? Yeah? They had it. They had the formula.
a Jamaican run back for true. Them have a Jamaican run back and make the party for true. Now go on. It tastes like home.
Yes, wrapping up. If you made it this far, you're a real MVP. As I mentioned before, this is the last vlog for the Caribbean Cruise playlist. So if you haven't checked out any of those vlogs, be sure to check them out. There's a vlog on Puerto Rico, St. Maarten, Antigua, Barbados, St. Lucia, right? And Dominica is the last one, right? So be sure to check it out. If you're traveling to Jamaica and you're looking for a tour guide or a tour company, then look no further than your girl right here. I have a tour company. I'll be leaving the link for that in the description below. And of course, like, share, comment, subscribe, follow me over on Instagram, and turn on post notifications, because for this summer I will be doing bi-weekly vlogs that you don't want to miss. All right.
Well, all good things must come to an end. Heading back up on the cruise ship. Had a beautiful time. Dominica, I'm coming back. I'm coming back. It's actually drizzling right now. And you know, I could have done so much more because I should be back on the ship in an hour. But I'm coming back early because, you know, I'm getting tired, and so yeah. I'm definitely coming back. Look at the sunset from our room. Beautiful, Katie. What a beautiful end to a beautiful day. Look at that. Travel costs money, return, time doesn't.